I was born and raised in a Christian home where faith was of utmost priority. The idea of Jesus, who he is, and a relationship with him is not new to me. However, over the last 5 years, I have struggled with great grief, loss, pain, rejection, abandonment, and anxiety. My mom passed away in 2015 from a 2-year battle with stage 4 brain cancer. Through this traumatic brain cancer journey and the aftermath turmoil that her lack of presence within our family caused, I have struggled with maintaining confidence, joy, and optimism amid significant anxiety and panic attacks. I tried to handle these concerns by seeking God through His Word, reading books about emotional healing and grief, investing in community with fellow believers at Crossroads, individual prayer, as well as prayer warriors interceding on my behalf. Throughout all of this, I still felt confused and sometimes weak, but I trusted that God had something more for me. Being a member at Crossroads for many years, I already knew a little bit about Encounter, and I thought I knew what I wanted to get out of it. I was expecting God to move, but I had no idea, and I could not have predicted Him arriving in such tangible and perfectly orchestrated ways. God met me through sunflowers. Anyone who knows me knows that sunflowers are extremely meaningful to me. As my mom used to call me her sunshine, she used to plant them all around our house growing up, and we even had them etched into her tombstone. The first experience was a framed picture of a vase full of sunflowers that was in my room. That was instant comfort and confirmation that the timing of attending Encounter was undeniable. The second experience occurred when I was wrestling with my own logic and thoughts, questioning why I wasn't feeling all that I had emotionally been planning for. And it was then that God started speaking. Stop holding and be held. I did not fully understand what that meant, but before the next session, I found a manila folder on a counter with the word peace on the tab. Peace was my word of the year from 2 years ago, the name of my family's blog that I wrote as I documented my mom's cancer journey, and it was the very attribute that I was trying to grow in over the last several years because of my significant anxiety problems. I ended up opening the folder, and inside was an 8x10 image. It was Jesus radiantly smiling in a field of sunflowers with the sun shining brightly behind him. Jesus was holding and cuddling a little baby lamb. No one at this retreat had seen the picture or the folder, nor did anybody know where it had come from. And there Jesus was, holding a little one, me, among the most beautiful of places, and seemingly laughing. Joy. Overwhelming joy. I realized staring at his smile that he's got it. He went through so much for me. He was abandoned, rejected, and went through deep pain, and he suffered. And look at him. He is filled with a joy that overwhelms his entire being. In that image, I found great hope. I was lost in his joy. The third experience, that included Jesus meeting me on the floor of the chapel. I physically felt his all-encompassing arms gently wrapped around me, reaffirming his care, his comfort, and his tangible presence, rocking and holding me as I cried tears that had been penned up inside of me for way too long. To try and summarize, such a spiritual experience is impossible. But I walked away with this. Being in the arms of Jesus brings freedom and renewal from all of my pain and hurt. It demolishes fear, and I can rest in His stability and in His security alone. I can find joy again in life despite circumstances and pain. I can embody joy because He fills all my innermost intimate needs. It is in this moment that Jesus transforms, renews, and restores. It's not logic or spending hours trying to understand things. Sometimes it's just being still and inviting Jesus into my most broken, guarded, and painful moments full-heartedly, and giving Him the time and the space to overwhelm me with His comfort and His peace. Maybe all that I needed was to be held, and all my other issues were secondary. Being able to sense Jesus' complete joy has nothing to do with people or circumstances. It is not just a way of being or a lifestyle choice. It is freedom that you can experience when you are enveloped in His arms. John 15:11, I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete.